Hey guys, what's going on? It's Cool Bar Corporate or CVC, whatever makes you happy. Exactly what the title says. I am playing a very strong turtle who abuses the hell out of air and loves the air dominance. I was lucky to get one of my bigger combos in. It builds about 70% of one bar. So I can never DHC right away. It would be extremely cheap. But he clearly made a mistake there by sending out a snapback. When I'm playing Akumas, I do not like staying on the ground. His mobility is not the best, but I don't want him reacting to my bullets with his plasma. With his hyper combo, sorry. So I'm really glad that Akuma's out, because I'd rather deal with him with no assist. X23s, I'm not really used to her, but the people that I have played, they're very ground aggressive. This guy is kind of the opposite. Like, he's constantly in the air, and I was lucky to get that one kick in because he was spamming his complete cell dive kick, and because of the DHCs directly next to it, X23 is basically finished in 1.5 combos, not even. But Trish gets both my characters in that combo actually, and he stuffs my hyper combo, and I just went downhill right away. It was not even a break. I don't like his Trish at this point. I'm really glad he wasted another one of his snapbacks, because he had 4 bars, but yeah, and I did the safest hyper there just to make sure she dies. Now I'm playing Akuma, and like I said, I'd rather play him alone, and unfortunately I got caught with that, because Deadpool, after he fires anything in the air, is unsafe until he touches the ground. But good thing I reacted in time and was able to take out his Akuma. And he enjoyed that too. So this next match, I say to myself, okay, I'm going to try and control the air, because that's where I'm getting taken advantage of most, especially my Doom. I had no chance with him last time, so that was my motive, and let's just see what happens. Trish, I was expecting a more the Trishes that I've seen, she's a great character, but she's been extremely offensive, and I'm glad to see that she could have two types of styles of playing. I mean, but this is the worst you could ever have. The only benefit I had here is that it happened early, and I have time to recover. But when both characters get caught, oh man, that's the farthest order you have to be able to recover. But at this point, I'm just trying to run away so that my Doom can hear. And I was contemplating, okay, should I use X Factor and just turtle, or should I try and fight it? And I should have X Factored, but Doom is a good keep away character, and I have some tools that would help me. But his main weakness is directly above him and diagonally above him. So he's clearly aware of that, and he's doing a good job at keeping his point and his characters in those positions, because even if you were to get hit by all 5 fingers when they spread apart, the damage is so minimal, and they're not even fast, so you have enough time to react. And luckily he didn't complete that combo, and he gave me another chance here. Well, it gives me another chance to react. But that was, see, what I did, he could have easily countered, but he must have been in the middle of a dash, because he could have clearly just supered and taken care of it. At this point, I'm just fishing for something here. I had meters to waste, and time, it's the amount of time that was left is not enough, because he could just fly back and continue to place his traps and throw those projectiles out, and time will just fly down immediately, and I am not the one who could shoot upwards, and he's got the control of the air. But I attempt to do it again, and I realize that keeping away is not an option, and that's not where I like to keep Doom at, but I was able to land that. Even though the damage is not the greatest, but he could sometimes pull it off and always DHC into another one if you have the extra bar. And luckily I was able to get rid of Trish, but then I completely get destroyed by his super in. So both characters got hit, and Akuma got hit as an assist, and the damage gets taken even more. It gets weighed even more, and Akuma has no life. So through this though, we keep going with a lot of matches back and forth, and then eventually I end up with a longer streak, and this is one of the last matches we had, and I completely ended up changing how I was playing, and I ended up realizing that there's no point to even approach, because his strength is basically moving backwards and planting stuff and throwing things around. But once he has a life chase, I realize that it's extremely disadvantaged for him, and I can continue to do that. And I tried doing it here, and we'll see whether he's able to adapt well enough or not. Because Akuma, Trish, and X23 all do not have a strong vitality, and this combo alone is a very good combo for Akuma. And I'm just continually trying to throw bullets around, and what I'm always doing is every time I'm in the air, I'm always pressing medium and heavy. It's an option select when you want to grab someone. If you miss, you throw out the heavy. If you grab, you basically grab. So it's something I'm always doing, which is why when I'm flying in the air, you always see Deadpool's knees or someone's move coming out. It's because it's just in case I was to get thrown. So I realized when it's time to turtle, always be in the air, so you have only one direction to block in, and that'll be extremely well for your assistance in being rushed in case for anything. However, time is kind of running down at this point. With projectile characters, time, there's not much time. Like, I know there's 40 seconds, but if he was in the lead or I was in the lead, there's not much to do, and you have to react fast, and you're forced to rush, and you're forced to do things that you don't want to do, and when that occurs, the odds of you being successfully hit is high. And he really did not want X23 to die, but I believe he should have just let her die and focus on using Trish as the main, because an X Factor Trish would be much more effective. And I don't know what that was. Maybe he was trying to super jump, but I think he did the super way too fast. And I tried to do an unblockable, but he managed to block it in time. And now there's only 10 seconds left in the match. I don't even think, no matter what he did at that point, was it able to turn it around. But we played, out of 11 matches, 8 of them were definitely time overs. After the 7th match, I won 3 in a row, and the most common reason as to what was going on is I'm dying when Deadpool is gone, because I don't have my anti-airs like I used to. I don't have the opportunity to do as much chip, and he was mainly winning when he was given more time in the air, and we were going back and forth evenly. And the only time I was able to actually turn it around was when I adapted to play him. Nothing else to do with the gameplay, because we were both making mistakes, but we were also both making good combos, and because we were similar in level, and we needed to play each other in a sense. And I know that because of playing Super Street Fighter and any of the Versus series games that I've played. there's a lot to do with the mechanics of the game itself, but there's also a lot to do with who you're playing, and this was an example of it. And there's still a lot of things left to learn, but playing someone like this is definitely someone you need experience with, because you do not want to be have to deal with this person in a tournament if you're not used to it. So that's the end. This is going to be the end of my second video. I'm going to be making a third one, and I'm basically going to be continuing on until whenever, really. There's not really going to be an end to this, but I do hope to bring this to a tournament, or actually be able to extract certain videos regardless of what position I place in, because I want to compare things, and I definitely want to compare online to offline. Of course, you're going to always be playing better offline, but you're never going to run into as many problems as you need to overcome when you play online. So there's benefits to both sides, and some of the biggest things to take from this is that the certain people you play, and the inputs you have to do, like you got to do it safe, and you got to consider when should you take that risk to take that other combo or not. And hopefully some of it was demonstrated there, and I'm going to be able to continue this off to the next episode. So I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.